Hello, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, and in this segment I'm going to be going over an important element of Vedic astrology, which shows the ebb and flow of daily energy, which is known as Panchanga, or Panchanga. And Panch means five, and five elements. So looking at some of the continuous flow, this is primarily the harmonious relationship between the sun and the moon. So each day has actually a special significance in the life of each individual. So there'll be a day when we'll be enjoying nature closely, while in some days would be having fun and enjoying parties with our friends and family. So these are all controlled, and from the Vedic astrology perspective, controlled by the energy source, which you can call Atman, or some other words that designate the soul and the super soul, and then other parts of that. And it's controlling our own thought process as well. So the different shades of life are manifested in our lives because of the planets and the surroundings we live in. So this is looking at different types of astrological parts, but primarily the five important limbs, which is Panchanga. So the five elements or important limbs are Tithi, and Tithi stands for the lunar day based on the movement of the moon in a particular zodiac sign and the relationship with the sun, which may be a waning or waxing relationship. And then Vad, which stands for the weekdays in which each planet has its own rulership. If you were born in a particular Vad, like I was born on Saturday, the lord of that Vad, Saturn, will rule over the health zone in your life. So Saturn will rules over the health zone. If the Var lord is not placed in a good house or is placed in a malefic zodiac sign, then you may suffer the health issues placed to that planet. And then Nakshatra, that's some people give you respect and some will love you without any self-gain, but you may also have people in your life who never want you to gain success and always be troubling you. All these uncertainties happen in life because your moon's nakshatra plays a role at a micro level. So that's one of them. Nakshatra is actually quite important. Yoga is the mathematical relationship between the longitude of the sun and the moon, and the yoga stands for the addition. This will give the intelligence and personality to each individual. And then Karna, or Karan, gives the analysis of the career for everyone, and this is the 10th house of the career. And some other components that need to be followed. You can kind of skim through this. And so these five limbs can tell you about your health and how, when your health will be affected, or the time that when you're ready to take the big ride or get set for a long journey. How will your relationship be with your friends, business partner, colleague, and most important person? And with the most important person, your spouse, that will get decided by the Tithi in which you were born. And they further explain because the Tithi is ruled by the moon in Vedic astrology. So what I'm going to do now is pull up my chart and my example of a Panchanga. Let me move this over. And this is looking at June 3rd, Panchanga. And looking back at the article that we just read over here. So if we look at the 5 limbs, DT is a lunar day, and then Vad. So Saturday is the Vad, and then there's the Yoga, so Siddha Yoga till 2:24, and then Vishti Karana, remember. Going back to the article, Karan gives the analysis of the career, what type of work we should do, go attain. Therefore, before analyzing the 10th house, you should see where and how the Karna Lord is placed in the horoscope, the strengths of the weaknesses. So the Karna Lord, the Karna is Vishti Karana and then Bhava Karana. So there's different types of karanas that goes into understanding the house of career. And then sunrise, sunset, there's different areas that provide more insight. But this is how a Panchanga looks usually. And then the all of the different times, start times, end times of this. So I hope this has given you some insight as to what a Panchanga is, and a sample Panchanga that I demonstrated from my own personal chart. Thank you for listening.